Good evening, and today we are going to talk with you about something new, about something that can be difficult sometimes at NMT. So I hope that you remember about our topic for today. But to start with, I would like to check who is present, how many people we have here, who is active today. So please write in the chat, how are you? How was your day? Just tell me please about you. I've prepared some special topics, some special life hacks that can help you during NMT, so I hope that you will understand this topic better. I can already see 4 people. Okay, Ira is sleepy. Okay, I would say that I'm sleepy too, but I'm fine. Alright, then while you are answering my questions, it's my first time on iLearn. That's nice, so nice to meet you. Great. Okay, but I hope that you won't be sleepy today at the webinar, as we have a lot of topics to discuss, a lot of rules to discuss. That's why we need to be active and we need to listen very carefully. So, we are going to start with you, and I would like to remind you our topic, and the topic of today's webinar is gerund versus infinitive. And to start with, let's quickly recap what is gerund. Could you please write me in the chat what is gerund and what is infinitive? Давайте перевіримо спочатку, щоб ми правильно розуміли один одного, що таке герундій. Okay, thank you, Yana. So, gerund, it is verb with ending ing. Тобто це спеціальна форма дієслова, яка закінчується закінченням ing. But when we are talking about infinitive, it is to plus first verb form of the verb. For example, if I have verb buy, infinitive will be to buy, and gerund will be buying. Тобто, щоб зробити герундій, додаємо ing, щоб зробити інфінітив, ми додаємо частинку to. And let's quickly check with you how you remember the topic of gerund and infinitive. Tell me please, what should we write after I can't stand to borrow money? Should we write borrowing or to borrow? Okay, Ira, Yana, well done. Yeah, that's true. It's borrowing. And I think that you know what about the second one. So I promise, prepare or preparing life hacks for webinars. What should we use here? Okay, yeah, to prepare. That is correct. So now I want you to take a look at different words that are used with infinitive, gerund. We can also have bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? Це інфінітив без частки to. Якщо у нас було, наприклад, слово to prepare, це був інфінітив. Bare infinitive – це без частки to. Це просто prepare. Also, we can use object plus infinitive. For example, I advise you to be active. So here we have some person that we give this advice to. And we also can have object plus gerund. When we have with you, for example, I keep my studies going, for example. So there we will use gerund. Yeah, hello, Yaroslav, Anika. But I think that when you're looking at this table, you can't really understand the logic of these rules, right? So it sounds a little bit difficult for you. And now I want you to check some rules that can help you to understand these structures logically, and maybe you will just understand the logic of how we use it. Зараз ми подивимось на цю табличку. Це буквально така сама табличка, але вже з поясненнями і більш структурована. So now I would like you to check it and let's simplify it a bit. Можливо, мені здається, що зараз воно стає важче, але коли у вас є структура цих правил, вам набагато легше зрозуміти, чому саме ми вживаємо інфінітив і чому саме ми вживаємо герундій. So, first of all, when we are talking about infinitive, we can ask the question why. We mostly, it's not always, it's mostly use infinitive after verbs that express purpose. For example, I need more time to study. Я потребую більш часу. Чому? Для чого? To study for my exam. I promise to study. Я обіцяю чому? Для чого? To study, for example, very well. Also, we can use infinitive after be plus adjective. For example, it's important to arrive early. So after the words important, for example, it's difficult, it's good, it's bad. After these words, we use infinitive. Then we also can use infinitive after nouns that come from verbs with to infinitive. Що це означає? Коли у нас іде дієслово, яке утворено, точніше, іде іменник, який утворений з дієслова. He followed their advice to stay calm. We know that advice we can use both as verbs and nouns. So here you can say he followed the advice to stay calm. Or we have the word decide, yes? Вирішувати, decide. We can make the word decision. Ми робимо з дієслова іменник. And in such a way, we can say he made a decision to leave this work, for example. And we also use infinitive after superlative. We know what it is, найвищий ступень порівняння. And first or second, for example, the first or the best player of, I don't know, to ever play in Scotland, as we can see here. Also, when we are talking about gerund, we have three main rules here. We use gerund after verbs that express likes and dislikes. Hate, like, love, enjoy, fancy, can't stand. So here we are talking about our likes and dislikes. Also, we use gerund when we are talking about prepositions. For example, accuse of, dream of, congratulate on, look forward to, agree on. зверніть, будь ласка, увагу на слово look forward to. So here you can see to, but it doesn't mean that we have infinitive. Зазвичай в тесті, коли у нас є це питання зі словом look forward to, часто студенти помиляються і ставлять інфінітив замість герундія. Тому запам'ятайте, після look forward to ми завжди ставимо інгове закінчення ing. And the last rule, when it is the subject of the sentence. Коли наша інгова частинка, коли наш герундій буде нашим підметом. Dancing is my hobby. So we don't say to dance is my hobby, we say dancing. Тобто таким чином ми перетворюємо якби наш герундій в іменник. So please check these rules and just remember them. Also, when we are talking about object plus infinitive, we always use these words after verbs that require the object. Як я вже казала, ми не можемо давати пораду, ми не можемо дозволяти, ми не можемо комусь вірити без людини. Ми маємо вказати, кому або кого ми навчаємо, переконуємо, даємо поради. So here we need to say, I advise you to go. I allow you to go. I ask you to stay. I believe you to tell the truth, for example. Here we use infinitive. And the last case that we have for now, it is object plus gerund. And here we use object plus gerund when we talk about permission, prevention or encouragement. Коли ми щось дозволяємо, коли ми щось перешкоджаємо, або prevent. Окей. Або заохочуємо. Наприклад, the rain prevented us from going out. Дощ зупинив нас, так, від того, щоб піти на вулицю. So here we need to use with you gerund. And also we use object plus gerund if we are talking about verbs that are focused on perception. What is perception? It's our smell, it's our taste, it's what we see. So the words see, hear, smell, or taste. And at this time, the object is doing some action, is performing the action. So I saw somebody dancing. Тобто ми їх бачили в процесі чогось. Ми побачили, що вони щось робили довго, що вони танцювали. І це стосується слів, які лише говорять нам про наші відчуття. Тобто бачити, чути і відчувати. So, but here we can also have one more example. If we have I saw them dance. Here it means that you saw just a small part of some action. Коли ми вживаємо інфінітив без частки to, ми говоримо про коротку дію, яку ви побачили. I saw them dance, I saw him run. Це значить, що у нас була коротка дія, не довга, як ми бачимо тут. And of course, I want us to practice. But before we start practice, the main rule that you should remember is that, of course, you can use this advice that I gave you. But also, you need to check the words and learn them as well. Немає магічної палички, нічого не можемо ми зробити, щоб не вивчити просто ці правила. Ми маємо просто запам'ятовувати ці слова, тому що є окремі, це, звичайно, є маленька частина того, що які є слова. Це просто я виділила вам правила. Але це не говорить про те, що у нас більше слів немає. Звичайно, є слова не лише likes and dislikes. У нас є інші слова, які вживаються після з герундієм. Тому, коли ви бачите ці дієслова і бачите їх в контексті речення, просто запам'ятовуйте. можете їх проговорювати, записувати. І так ви можете просто собі десь там вони будуть складатися, і ви будете просто пам'ятати, що після нього ми вживаємо герунді. But, of course, these rules can be useful for you too. So, let's have our fight for gerund and for infinitive. And your task right now is to put words into gerund or into infinitive column. And let's start with the first sentence, the first word. Fancy. Do we use with gerund or infinitive? You can write G for gerund, I for infinitive. No, Daria, we use fancy plus ing, like fancy doing, or fancy to do. Okay, yeah, that is right. What about quit? Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, quit doing something. That is correct. Intend. What do we use for intend? Okay, absolutely right. It's infinitive. Instruct. All right. Instruct to do. For example, I instructed you to do the task. Yeah, Ira, you are correct. Well done. Begin. What about the begin? We have gerund. Infinitive. So let's check what we have for begin. Begin we use with infinitive. It began to rain, for example. Mind. Okay, good. It's gerund. Well done. Fail. So fail infinitive. So I caught you here. Fail doing something. Fail passing the test, for example. So we use fail with gerund. Okay, refuse. Okay, Yana, I can see your answer. Natalia. Okay, yep. Refuse to do something. Good. Next, offer. Okay, offer to do. Good. And the last one, consider. Okay, that is true. It's gerund. So as we can see, we have a tie in our battle, but it's not our last round with gerund and infinitive. And now we are going to do with you one more task, but there you need to choose what we need to write, gerund or infinitive. And let's start with the first one. So Tom suggested spend a couple of weeks on Mallorca. What should we use here? So here, as you can see, we have that, the word offer and suggest that are like all some kind of similar, like запропонувати, but suggested we use with spending and offer we use with to spend. So here you can see that we don't have rule. For example, if we are talking about some advice or some ideas, we use ing. No, we have different words. Okay, I can see that most of you answered correctly. That is nice. Now we will practice more, and I think we will have less mistakes, like with when we have the last task for today. But it's okay if you have mistakes. So it's fine, we are practicing. Number 2, I really miss chat with you every day. Okay, you are correct. So after miss we use ing. Okay, number 3. Mom asked me lay the table. All right, that is correct. To lay the table. Nice. Number 4. Okay, good. It's talking. He kept talking for hours. Nice. Number 5, please. I can't stand wear these awful glasses. All right. Very, that is true. Okay, good job. Number 6. Tina hopes become a prestigious engineer one day. Okay. To become, that is correct. Good. Tina hopes to become a prestigious engineer one day. Number 7. I phoned him 5 times, but he refuses. Speak to me. All right. I can see both variants. So the correct one will be to speak. So please pay attention that we use to speak here after refuse. Next. Postpone. The teacher agreed postpone the exam. I can see 2 answers. 3. Okay, good. To postpone. Here you can also see refuse. Yes, it's відмовлятися. Agree, it's погоджуватися. So you can like remember that refuse and agree, погоджуватись, відмовлятися, у нас вживається з infinitive. Number 9. Pretended to have or having a stomach ache. All right. Yeah, it's to have. Pretended to have a stomach ache. And the last, after modal verb should, you should silent during the lesson. So I hope you remember that after should we use be. It was like a tricky question for you, that after modal verbs like must, should, can, might, we need to use be, like bare infinitive. Нагадую, що у нас, коли ми говоримо про bare infinitive, про інфінітив без частки to, ми вживаємо його після майже всіх модальних дієслів, після слова make, після слова let, yeah, and that's all. Okay, good. So now let's work with you with one more task, and there you just need to correct the mistakes. But please pay your attention that here we have 2 correct sentences. So let's start with the first one. She always avoids to speak in public because she's shy. All right. So here we have she always avoids speaking in public because she's shy. Good. Number 2. I offered helping her with the project, but she declined. All right, good. It's to help. After offer we use to help. We already know it. They decided to go hiking this weekend despite the weather forecast. Here I think that it is correct. Okay, good. Yeah, that is a correct sentence. So we have one more left. Number 4. He enjoys to play chess in his free time. Yeah, likes, dislikes, we use gerund. We agreed to meet at the cafe at noon. I can see two answers, correct and meeting. So here we have correct sentence. So we agreed to meet, as I said before, refuse, and agree we use with to. Okay, and number 6. She admitted to steal the cookies from the jar. Okay, good. I want learning how to play the guitar. Okay, good job. I can see that a lot of you are active. That is very nice. Good. I want to learn how to play the guitar. And the last, he finished to read the book last night. Okay, good. Here we have with you reading. Absolutely right. Good. So now, tell me please, are there any questions about this topic? For now, if you have some questions, we may have some time to discuss them. If not, we will continue talking about some other aspects of gerund and infinitive. No questions, that is great. Then we are moving on, and as I said before, we've got with you some words that are followed by prepositions. Є дієслова, після яких пишуться у нас прийменники, такі як for, такі як of, about, on, and etc. Now, let's just think, maybe you remember something, maybe not, maybe you will turn on your intuition, and we need to work with the words and write the correct preposition for these verbs. And the first verb will be apologize. What should we use after apologize? Okay, I can see that you are correct, and that's true. We use apologize for. Apologize for doing something wrong, for example. Okay, what about boast? Okay, good. Boast about. Вихвалятися про щось. Good. Number 3. Depend. It's very tricky because in Ukrainian we have it like залежати від, but in English we have depend. Okay. Yeah, Daria, that's correct. He often boasts about his success. Yeah, that's true. Depend on is also correct. Thank you. What about think? I really like Mary's answer here. So here we have two possible variants, and of and about. They are like similar. We won't discuss it today, but you should remember that we can use both of and about. What about the word talk? But here please pay attention that we are talking about preposition that goes before gerund. For example, talk, changing the job. Okay. Natalia and one more person. We can use to, but when we are talking about to, we talk about person. For example, I'll talk to you later. Я тобі перезвоню, або ми з тобою поговоримо пізніше. But here I want to emphasize on the gerund. Here we have he always talks about his girlfriend. Він завжди говорить not about passing the exam, for example. Він завжди говорить про те, як він склав цей екзамен. So here, when we have these prepositions, можете також запам'ятати, що після ось цих всіх слів for, about, on, ми начебто робимо з герундія іменник. Щоб зробити його, не казати talk, that, and we'll say. Ні, ми просто перероблюємо це як в іменник, в додаток, і робимо його герундієм. Okay. Daria already answered on the insist. What about the others? Good. Insist on. Nice. Look forward. I just wanted to say it. Look forward. Okay. Okay, I can see some mistakes here. Look forward to, guys. Don't forget. Okay, and forgive. The last one will be forgive for. That is true. Okay, so we discussed with you these 4 words. I hope you remember the meaning of all of them. If no, we will discuss it like a little bit later. And now we need to put with you just these words in the correct gaps. So let's start with the first one. And what do you think we can put in the first?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116,
And also I want you to put these words not only the correct words, but also in the correct form, in past simple, in present simple, and etc. So try to check what tense we should use here. I already can see the first answer. Okay, so he apologized for being late to the meeting. Good, well done. Number 2, she adopting a new puppy. Okay, Ira, very nice sentence. Okay, looking forward to, also possible. Okay, I agree. But here I chose is thinking about. But Ira, your variant is also correct. And Shelley's, you can also, your answer also is possible. Number 3, we about, pay attention that we have about already, going on a vacation next month. We already used think, so maybe we have some other variant here. Okay, Jana, pay attention that we have about. Okay, we talked about, or we are talking about. Okay, possible. Number 4, they leaving early despite rain. They didn't want to stay up late. Absolutely right. They insisted on leaving early. Okay, number 5. The success of the project, finishing the tasks on time. Good, depends on. Nice. Number 6. He, her, for breaking his favorite mug. Okay, I really like that you're active. Thank you very much. Okay, he forgave her for breaking his favorite mug. Yeah. Okay, number 7. I'm to meeting you at the event. pay attention that we have to here. I'm looking forward, true. Okay, and the last. He always winning the championship years ago. Okay, that's true. He always boasts about winning the championship years ago. So, in this task, we would practice with you words with prepositions and practice with you gerund. So, I think we worked very nice. And we are ready to move on to one more subtopic of gerund and infinitive. I think you know that there are some verbs that can be followed by both gerund and infinitive. And here you can see 5 examples of such words. Є деякі слова, які можуть писати, після яких можуть писати як інфінітив, так і герундій. Але при цьому у нас змінюється значення цих слів і речення загалом. So let's talk about first word, first pair of word. It's stop to and stop doing. If we are talking about stop to, it means that we make some pause in order to do something else. For example, I stopped to speak with my friend. Я зупинилась, щоб поговорити з моїм другом. But if I say I stopped talking to my friend, it means that I finished this action at all. Тобто я припинила цю дію, припинила говорити з другом. І все. Я більше до цього не повернусь. If we are talking about forget and infinitive and forget with ing, it means that we forget to do something right now, or that we forgot something to do. But if we have with you forget and ing, it means that we forgot some past memories. Наприклад, I forgot to turn off the light. Я забула виключити світло. And here it means, що я мала це зробити, але я цього не зробила. But forget turning off the light, it means that I forgot that I did this action. Я забула, чи виключила я світло, чи я не виключила світло. Тобто я забула саме ось цю дію, чи я робила її, чи не робила. Так само працює зі словом remember and kind of regret. Тобто зі словами remember, forget and regret ми говоримо про минуле. I remember visiting Paris. Я пам'ятаю, що я відвідувала Париж. Or I forgot doing the homework. Я забула, чи робила я домашнє, чи не робила. Or I regret talking to you in such a way. Я дуже жалкую, що я ось так з тобою говорила в минулому. Тобто ось ці 3 дії стосуються з ing, стосуються минулого. But we have some tricky word. It is try to and try with ing. So when we talk about try to, it means that we make an effort to do some stuff. I tried to read books, but it was very difficult. Я пробував читати, але було дуже важко. But try and ing, we talk about experiments. For example, try doing iLearn tests every day. Спробуй робити завдання на iLearn кожного дня. І подивишся, чи воно спрацює, чи воно не спрацює, наприклад. So here we have 5 cases that we can use both gerund and infinitive. And now I want you to check yourself how you understand this topic. Зараз у вас буде те саме, але замість того, щоб лише звертати увагу на слово, ви маєте зрозуміти, який контекст цього речення. Чи ми хочемо сказати, що ми щось забули зробити зараз, чи ми забули зробити його тоді, чи ми забули, чи робили ми тоді. Або чи я зупинився попити каву, чи я просто закінчив пити каву, і в мене не буде такої звички. Тож, зараз давайте розпочнемо з першого речення. And they remembered their passports before leaving the airport. Вони пам'ятали, що вони запакували паспорти? Чи вони пам'ятали запакувати, скласти паспорти перед тим, як поїхати? I think here we can have two variants, actually. Here we can see they remembered. Вони пам'ятали, що вони склали паспорти, або вони пам'ятали скласти паспорти. So, let's see what we have. And here we have A, but actually, yeah, I wouldn't say that you are not correct. I think we have few, little context here. Тож, я приймаю вашу відповідь. Sorry that I have done this mistake. Тут дійсно не вистачає контексту для вас. Okay. What about number 2? Okay. She regrets, you think, declining the job offer. It could have been a great opportunity. Yeah, that is correct. Number 3. Karina, hello. Did you forget about the webinar? Okay. Number 3. I stopped writing, or I stopped to write. Окей, I stopped writing. Я зупинив взагалі цей процес писання, коли зрозумів, що я зробив помилку. А не я зупинився, щоб щось написати. Number 4. Don't forget the groceries on your way home. Окей. Не забудь забрати продукти. Yes? Good. Well done. Number 5. He tried opening or to open the door, but it was locked. Він спробував відкрити як експеримент, чи він спробував, і це було важко це зробити? It is B. Він спробував відкрити, але воно було важко, у нього були зусилля, щоб їх відкрити, але вона була закрита. Yeah, good. Next, she regrets spending or to spend all her time on work. Yeah. Вона жалкує, що вона проводила в минулому весь цей час на роботі. Yes, good. Next. He stopped to check the map before continuing on his hike. Okay, Karina. Don't forget about the webinar the next time. Okay, 6. He stopped. We have to look. Everybody think it's to look. Yeah, that's true. Він зупинився, щоб подивитися і перевірити карту. Yeah, good. Next, we'll try making or to make a new recipe tonight for dinner. Okay, we've done some experiment. So here we should use with you. No, we should use A here, guys. No, it's not correct here. I'm sorry. It should be making, so it's our experiment. Okay, next, please. I forgot to tell or telling you about the meeting. So here we can think that it is to tell, but it's telling. Я забув, чи я тобі казав про цю зустріч. So here I used in this context. And what about the last one? Please remember turning off or to turn off the lights. Okay, good. So, to turn off. Absolutely right. And now, we will have with you the last task. So, you will try doing this word, like practice these words one more time. The same. Try, regret, stop. But now, you will need to choose your own variant. So, let's start with the first one. And here we have he tried solving or to solve the puzzle, but it was too difficult. Okay, good. He tried to solve because it was difficult. He made some efforts, and we use here infinitive. I regret telling you this, but we have to cancel the event. Okay, here we use telling, but the same. Here I can see two answers, to tell and telling. Let's discuss this. Якщо ми говоримо, що я жалкую, що я тобі це сказав, we will use telling. Якщо ми хочемо сказати, я жалкую про те, що треба скасувати івент, то I regret to tell. Okay, what about number 3? He stopped talking or to talk? Okay, talking, right. Number 4. I'll never forget to visit or visiting that beautiful place last summer. All right, visiting, good. Number 5. Don't forget to call or calling me when you arrive. All right, good. Next, I remember meet him for the first time at that party. Good. Meeting. Yes. Number 7. He stopped, get some coffee on the way to work. Good. Number 8. We tried build a model, but it didn't work. Okay, it was our experiment. We tried, but it didn't work. So our experiment didn't work as well. That's why here we use build in. It wasn't difficult. It was our experiment. Number 9. She regrets not spend more time with her family. Okay, good. And the last. Please remember, bring your homework tomorrow. Pay attention how we write not plus gerund. She regrets not, and just we put ing. Yeah, and remember to bring your homework tomorrow. Okay, guys, so that will be all for today. The next task we will do the next time. So thank you very much for being active. I appreciate all of your work that you have done today. And we will see each other the next time, and we will talk about reading and some interesting stuff as well. So have a good day, and bye bye.